Good afternoon friends, you are most welcome to Indian Civil Affairs. Today we are going to discuss yearly Ghatanachakra Drishti current affairs. Here we will discuss 1 year's current affairs for the UPPSC, UPSC, UPPCS, ARO, ARO and BPSC and other state examination. Let us begin the topic. Where did the commercial operation of the Multimodal Logistic Park MMLP begin? Nagpur, Maharashtra. News 30th April 2025. MMLP means Multimodal Logistic Park, commercial operation from Nagpur, Maharashtra. Where was the Yugam Innovation Summit 2025 held? New Delhi. Yugam Innovation Summit 2025, 29 April 2025 at New Delhi. Where was the National Workshop on Opportunities for MSME in the Green Hydrogen Supply Chain held? New Delhi. Field is Green Hydrogen Supply Chain and the workshop is National Workshop on Opportunities for MSME at New Delhi, 29 April 2025. Who launched the A.I.Kiran platform? Kirthiga Reddy, CEO of Varex, Kirthiga Reddy. She launched A.I.Kiran platform. Where was the 2025 Coastal States Fisheries meeting held? Mumbai, Maharashtra. Coastal States Fisheries Meeting 2025, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Coastal States Fisheries Meeting 2025, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Which new campaign was launched to strengthen the marine fisheries sector? Marine Fisheries Census 2025. New campaign for strengthening of the marine fisheries sector, Marine Fisheries Census 2025. Where is India's first quantum computing village being established? Amravati, Andhra Pradesh. The capital of Andhra Pradesh hosted the India's first quantum computing village, April 2025. Which institution is supporting this project? Real-Time Governance Society RTGS. For which quantum computing village? First quantum computing village of India. Real-Time Governance Society RTGS is supporting this project. Where was India's first global Hyperloop competition held? IIT Madras, February 21 to 25, 2025. Asia's first global Hyperloop competition held, IIT Madras. It is a big innovation for the transportation sector. Where was the Global Investor Summit 2025 held? February 2025, 24th February 2025, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Global Investor Summit 2025, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Which is the India's largest international cruise terminal? 21st April 2025, Mumbai International Cruise Terminal, MICT. MICT is located in Mumbai. Mumbai International Cruise Terminal. It is India's largest international cruise terminal. Cruise is a large ship with luxury life. Who inaugurated the MICT? Union Minister of Ports Sarbananda Sonowal. Who inaugurated the MICT? Union Minister of Ports Sarbananda Sonowal. Who released the Indian Telecom Service Performance Indicator Report? Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI. Telecom Regulatory Authority of India released the Indian Telecom Services Performance Indicator Report, 24 April 2025. Where is India's longest railway tunnel? 14.57 km under construction between Devprayag, Saud and Janasu, Uttarakhand. Between Devprayag, Saud and Janasu, Uttarakhand, India's longest railway tunnel, 14.57 km between Devprayag, Saud and Janasu, Uttarakhand. Which advanced tunnel boring machine TBM was used to excavate this tunnel? Shakti. Shakti is the name for tunnel boring machine TBM for Devprayag, Saud and Janasu, Uttarakhand, longest railway tunnel, which is 14.57 km long. In which state was India's first Modi Memorabilia Museum established? Modi Memorabilia Museum established, Motihari, Bihar, 22nd April 2025. India's first Modi Memorabilia Museum established, Motihari, Bihar, 22nd April 2025. How many spiritual corridors were developed by the government of UP as announced by the government? Five industrial corridors, spiritual corridors. Five spiritual corridors were developed by the UP government. March 2025. These five corridors are Prayag, Vindhyachal, Kashi corridor, Prayagraj, Ayodhya, Gorakhpur corridor, Prayagraj, Lucknow, Naimisharande corridor, Prayagraj, Rajapur that is located in Banda and Chitrakoot corridor, Prayagraj, Mathura, Vrindavan and Shuktirtha via Bundelkhand Expressway. प्रयागराज विंध्याचल काशी कॉरिडोर, प्रयागराज अयोध्या गोरखपुर कॉरिडोर, प्रयागराज लखनऊ नैमिषारण्य कॉरिडोर, प्रयागराज राजापुर चित्रकूट कॉरिडोर, प्रयागराज मथुरा वृंदावन सुखतीर्था वाया बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे. Which state government launched the Pink E-Rickshaw scheme 21st April 2025? Government of Maharashtra. Who inaugurated the Pink E-Rickshaw scheme? Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. Which union minister launched the HEALD initiative? HEALD, HEALD initiative. Union Home Minister Amit Shah. What is the full form of HEALD? Health Education for Liver Disease and Alcohol Associated Liver Disease Prevention. Health Education for Liver Disease and Alcohol Associated Liver Disease Prevention. The book संस्कृति का पांचवा अध्याय इज द कंपाइलेशन ऑफ स्पीचेज ऑफ होम, अप्रैल 2025, प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी. संस्कृति का पांचवा अध्याय कंपाइलेशन ऑफ स्पीचेज ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी. हु रिलीज दिस बुक? आचार्य महामंडलेश्वर स्वामी अवधेशानंद गिरी, चीफ ऑफ जूना अखाड़ा. आचार्य महामंडलेश्वर स्वामी अवधेशानंद गिरी रिलीज दिस बुक, चीफ ऑफ जूना अखाड़ा. Who compiled the book? संस्कृति का पांचवा अध्याय, डॉक्टर प्रभात ओझा. संस्कृति का पांचवा अध्याय compiled by डॉक्टर प्रभात ओझा. Which city opened the first public-private partnership model based green waste processing plant in country? Indore. Indore city opened the first public-private partnership model based green waste processing plant in the country. Where will the plant be set up? Bicholi Hapsi in Indore, 55,000 square feet area, Bicholi Hapsi. Which organization demanded the inclusion of the Kokborok language in the 8th schedule of the Constitution? Kokborok Sahitya Parishad. Kokborok Sahitya Parishad organization demanded the inclusion of the Kokborok language in the 8th schedule of the Constitution, April 2025 news. In which state? Tripura state. Tripura state is the state where Kokborok language is primarily spoken. Which two Indian classical text manuscripts were included in the UNESCO Memory of the World Register, 17 April 2025? Natyashastra and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Natyashastra, the two Indian classical text manuscripts, were included in the UNESCO Memory of the World Register, 17th April 2025. Which state launched the Adarsh Sanskrit Gram program? Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand state launched the Adarsh Sanskrit Gram program 15 April 2025. Which state approved an ordinance for the subcategorization of the scheduled caste? Andhra Pradesh, March 2025. Who chaired the 61st meeting of the Executive Committee of the National Mission for Clean Ganga, NMCG? Rajiv Kumar Mittal, Director General, NMCG, National Mission for Clean Ganga. Rajiv Kumar Mittal chaired the 61st meeting of the Executive Committee of the National Mission for Clean Ganga, NMCG, April 2025. Which state launched the Mukhyamantri Sangam Parivahan Seva scheme? Madhya Pradesh. मुख्यमंत्री सुगम परिवहन सेवा स्कीम, मध्य प्रदेश, अप्रैल 2025. मध्य प्रदेश स्टेट लॉन्च द मुख्यमंत्री सुगम परिवहन सेवा स्कीम. Where did the PM Vishwakarma National SC/ST Hub Conference 2025 organized, 16 April 2025? Mayurbhanj, Odisha. Mayurbhanj, Odisha is the location where PM Vishwakarma National SC/ST Hub Conference 2025 was organized. Which ministry organized this conference? Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises MSME. Which state launched the Bhu Bharti portal? Telangana state, 14 April 2025 at the birth of Bhim Rao Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar. Birth anniversary of the Bhim Rao Ambedkar. Launched the Bhu Bharti portal. Which two products from the Meghalaya received the GI tag April 2025? Rindia silk and Khasi handloom products. Rindia silk and Khasi handloom product got GI tag from Meghalaya. Where was the International Conference on Buddha Dhamma and Cultural Heritage of Northeast India held 21st to 22nd April 2025? Namsai, Arunachal Pradesh. Namsai, Arunachal Pradesh is the location where the International Conference on Buddha Dhamma and Cultural Heritage of the Northeast India held. How many traditional products of the Uttar Pradesh were granted GI tag? 11 April 2025 news. 21 GI tag from Uttar Pradesh, traditional products. Which region of Uttar Pradesh has become the GI hub? Kashi region. Which product of Banaras were declared geographical indicator GI? Shehnai, Tabla, Thandai, Lal Peda, Lal Bharwa Mirch, Tiranga Barfi, wall painting and Chirai Gaon Karonda. Chirai Gaon Karonda. Shehnai, Tabla, Thandai, Lal Peda, Lal Bharwa Mirch, Tiranga Barfi, wall painting and Chirai Gaon Karonda. Which product of Bareilly were granted GI tag? Furniture, Jari Zardoji, terracotta. Furniture, Jari Zardoji and terracotta. Jari Zardoji, terracotta, furniture. Jari Zardoji like kadhai, furniture and terracotta from Bareilly got GI tag. Which traditional craft of Mathura was included in the GI tag list? Sanji craft. Sanji craft from Mathura got GI tag. Which agricultural product of Bundelkhand region was granted GI tag? Kathia wheat. Kathia wheat from Bundelkhand got GI tag. It is a agricultural product. The flute of which district of Uttar Pradesh received the GI tag? Flute is Pilibhit flute. Color of the flute is yellow and Pilibhit is pila. You can read like that. Which traditional craft of Chitrakoot district received the GI tag? Wood carving, woodcraft. Traditional craft of Chitrakoot district received the GI tag? Wood carving, woodcraft. Which form of craft art of Agra was honored with the GI tag? Stone inlay work. Stone inlay work of Agra, GI tag. Which sweet of Jaunpur received GI tag? Imarti of Jaunpur received GI tag. How many products in total have GI tag received GI tag in Uttar Pradesh? 77 products of Uttar Pradesh have received the GI tag status. How many products in the Kashi region have received the GI tag? So far 32 region. 32 Kashi region GI tag and traditional GI tag are number 21. How many traditional products of Uttar Pradesh were granted GI tag? 21. Total number of GI tags 77. And Kashi region got GI tag 32. Which was the first Indian state to sign a nuclear energy agreement? 11 April 2025, Maharashtra. Maharashtra is the first Indian state to sign a nuclear energy agreement. With which company did Maharashtra sign this agreement? Rosatom, Russia. Rosatom, Russia. Rosatom, Russia. Which companies partner from the Maharashtra government side for the thorium-based small modular reactor SMR project? Maharashtra State Power Generation Company Limited. Mahagenco, Maharashtra State Power Generation Company Limited is the company which is partnered with Maharashtra government inside for the thorium-based small modular reactor SMR project, which is a small modular reactor, a small nuclear power plant. Who presented the Union Budget 2025-26 on February 1, 2025? Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. What is the budget expenditure estimate for 2025-26? 50,65,345 crore. 50,65,345 crore. Budget expenditure estimate for 2025-26. What percentage of the total expenditure is allocated for the interest payment? 25% for interest payment. Expenditure for interest payment 25%. Total expenditure, budget expenditure estimated, that is 50,65,345 crore. The receipt other than borrowings in 25-26 are estimated to 34,96,409 crore. Receipt other than borrowings in 25-26 estimated 34 crore, 34,96,409 crore, 34,96,409 crore. These receipts are how much higher than the revised estimate of 24-25? 11.1% higher. What is the expected GDP growth rate for 25-26 over the first advance estimate of 24-25? 10.1%. What is the fiscal deficit target for 25-26? 4.4% of GDP. Revenue deficit in 25-26 is targeted at 1.5% of GDP. Fiscal deficit 4.4% GDP. Revenue deficit 1.5% of GDP. What is the target for fiscal deficit in 24-25? 4.8% of GDP. We are discussing for 24 and 25, 4.8. Now it is 4.4% of the GDP. How much is the government targeting for the reduction in outstanding liabilities by March 2031? 50% of GDP. 50% of the GDP is the target for the government for the reduction in outstanding liabilities by March 2031. What is the estimated tax revenue growth in 25-26? 11% estimated tax revenue growth. How much is the devolution to states for 25-26? Is 14,22,444 crore rupees. How much is the devolution to states for 25-26? Is 14,22,444 crore. This devolution is how much over the revised estimate for 24-25? An increase of 10.5%. An increase of 10.5% is the devolution over to the revised estimates for 24-25. It is over 10.5%. That is an increase. In 25-26 net tax revenue. In 25-26 the net tax revenue excluding state share in taxes is estimated to be 28,37,409 crore. Net tax revenue 28,37,409 crore. In 2025-26 non-tax revenue consisting mainly of interest received on loans given by the center and dividends etc. is estimated at 5,83,000 crore. Non-tax revenue consisting mainly of the interest receipts on loan given by the center, dividends etc. It is estimated 5,83,000. Non-tax revenue 5,83,000 crore. In 25-26 capital receipts 76,000 crore excluding borrowings are targeted at 76,000 crore. 25-26 capital receipts excluding borrowings 76,000 crore. What percentage of total GST revenue is expected from central GST? 86%. 86% is the total for GST revenue is expected from central GST. 86%. What is the expected increase in taxes on income in 25-26? That is 14.4%. 14.4% is the expected increase in taxes on income in 25-26. What is the expected collection from indirect taxes in 25-26? 17,35,100 crore. Expected collection from indirect taxes 25-26, 17,35,100 crore. What is the percentage increase in total expenditure over 24-25? 7.4%. The percentage increase in total expenditure over 24-25, 7.4%. We are discussing for 24-25 percentage increase in total expenditure 7.4%. What is the estimated increase in revenue expenditure for 25-26? We are discussing for 25-26 estimated increase in revenue expenditure 6.7%. 6.7% is the estimated increase in revenue expenditure for 25-26. What is the proposed allocation for central sector scheme in 25-26? 16,21,899 crore. 16,21,899 crore is the proposed allocation for central sector schemes in 2025. Key point is central sector scheme for 25-26 and proposed allocation is 16,21,899 crore. What is the proposed allocation for centrally sponsored scheme in 25-26? 5,41,850 crore. Centrally sponsored schemes like 60:40 ratio, 50:50 ratio and 90:10 ratio. These are for the centrally sponsored scheme where some certain amount of share is delivered by state governments and large amount is delivered by the central government for the centrally sponsored scheme. It is not a central sector scheme, it is a centrally sponsored scheme. 25-26, 5,41,850 crore rupees. It is a proposed allocation. What is the proposed government expenditure on pensions in 25-26? 2,76,618 crore. Proposed government expenditure on pension in 25-26, 2,76,618 crores. 2,76,618 crores is the proposed government expenditure on pension for the year 2025-26. What is the proposed government expenditure on interest payment in 25-26? 12,76,338 crore rupees. 12,76,338 crore rupees is the proposed government expenditure on interest payment in 25-26. Nearly 13 lakh crore is the proposed government expenditure on interest payment 25-26. Which ministry has the highest allocation in 25-26? Ministry of Defence, 6,81,210 crore. Highest allocation Ministry of Defence 25-26 is 6,81,210 crore rupees. What is the percentage of the total expenditure allocated to the Ministry of Defence? 13.4% of the GDP is the percentage of the total expenditure allocated to Ministry of Defence. What is the proposed allocation for the Ministry of Jal Shakti in 2025-26? 99,503 crore. Ministry of Jal Shakti allocation is 99,503 crore. What is the increase in allocation for the Ministry of Rural Development? 14,527 crore. Ministry of Rural Development, there is an increase in allocation 14,527 crore rupees. What is the total subsidy expenditure estimated for 2025-26 is 4,26,216 crore. Total subsidy expenditure estimate 4,26,216 crore. What is the estimated fertilizer subsidy in 2025-26? 1,67,887 crore rupees. Estimated fertilizer subsidy 25-26, 1,67,887 crore, nearly about 1.6 lakh crore. 1.6 lakh crore, nearly about 1.67 lakh crore. What is the name of the agriculture development program launched in budget 25-26? Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Government has proposed to launch mission for Atmanirbhar in pulses for next how many years? 6 years. Government has proposed to launch mission for Atmanirbhar in pulses, Atmanirbharta in pulses for next how many years? 6 years. A Makhana board to be established in which state to improve production, processing and value addition and marketing of Makhana? Bihar. New scheme, which new scheme is announced for providing digital books in Indian languages. Bharatiya Bhasha Pustak Scheme. Bharatiya Bhasha Pustak Scheme is the new scheme which is announced for the providing digital books in Indian languages. Thank you very much.